And welcome back to another episode of The Movie Hoppers. And today we are reviewing yet another sequel to a movie that I have not seen. Well, I haven't seen the original. Jumanji 2, The Next Level. So I already explained my background of the Jumanji series. I have not seen the Robin Williams ones, and I have not seen the first one. Have you seen the first one?
You haven't seen the Robin Williams one?
No, I have not. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Well, I
It's
haven't.
like,
I haven't seen either. So,
hold on, how have you never seen the first Robin Williams one?
what are you
It's like
talking about?
a staple in like everyone's childhood. Like you have to see that movie.
Well,
It's like did you not even go to like it was played in schools too, like for like before a holiday or whatever.
I don't know what school you went to, but I
What?
didn't go to that one. I don't
You
know.
like
Maybe that's why I'm so depressed. That's what's wrong with my
dang.
life. The root of everything wrong. But doesn't matter. I'm playing catch up. Did you see
Yeah.
the remake, the first remake?
I saw parts of the remake.
Okay, so you know, but I don't think you really need it for this unless I missed something major, which maybe I did because I personally didn't quite enjoy this one. Surprise. But what did you think?
I thought it was fun. Like I thought, I enjoyed it. It was entertaining.
Ooh, we have a split here. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happens. So, the movie starts out with I forget what the fuck happens, but this guy he goes home and then cuz he's stupid, that's literally the reason, cuz he's stupid. He goes back into Jumanji and the game's broken, but that doesn't really come back ever, like at all. Like it would have been really cool if like the game was broken and it would be like super glitchy and stuff, but no, that
Yeah.
that
You know
doesn't.
that would have been really cool.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen once in the entire movie, probably because
Yeah.
nobody a part of this movie ever played a video game, I'm guessing, but that's okay. And the
Well,
the
their characters were switched out. I mean,
yeah,
like I guess that could be like considered the glitch,
I
but
guess
I
it
don't.
just, when you have a budget like this, it's kind of a waste. But
Yeah.
I guess I wanted to talk about that. The CG in the beginning, I did not like. I thought it was really bad. But that's, I don't know. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
But
but I don't know.
it kind of evened out for me.
Yeah.
But in like the very beginning, it was just not really good, especially with the plane and the hippo. It just looked really really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you can't really use a real hippo, sadly. But
Yeah.
let, let's talk about the humor, because this is. Would you consider this movie a comedy?
Uh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has more comedic aspects than most action movies. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
say that, but I I I laughed a good amount of times. I exhaled through my nostrils a good amount of times. Um, but I think the main jokes, the reoccurring jokes, weren't that funny. Like, oh man, Dwayne the Rock Johnson is playing Danny DeVito. That was funny. That was funny for 5 minutes, and then it wasn't anymore. And Kevin Hart, oh, he talks really slow. Isn't that just? Isn't that funny? It got overplayed after a while for me. It,
Yeah.
it was like all the basic fish out of water jokes, except done 15 million times, and just after a while, just did not work for me. But did you like it?
Um, I mean, like, how else? I mean, it was part of the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're two old guys. I mean, it does kind of fit though because
Mhm.
like everyone's dealt with old people once in
Yeah.
their life, you know, and like they do really act like that.
Uh huh.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of made sense for them to like, keep going with it, but it
Mhm.
did like draw in some parts.
Yeah. I just feel like maybe they should have done something else with it or something, but that's just me. But
Yeah.
let me see. Were there any other reoccurring jokes? Um,
The fridge didn't want to be the map guy.
oh yeah, was that guy was actually named Fridge? Okay. But yeah, uh, yep, he didn't want to be the map guy, and then he was the map guy.
Yep,
Ooh,
yep.
he
Whoa.
he sure was. That was funny. Yeah, it just the this movie did make me, I guess, laugh more than I thought it would. It probably made me laugh like about maybe 10 times, maybe around that. Um, but it was definitely the one-off jokes, not the reoccurring ones, that got to me. Like
Yeah.
like the part where it was the flashback. This one it took an embarrassing amount of time for it to hit, but the flashback part and Dwayne the Rock Johnson's dad. It didn't fit tonally because he was getting killed, but Dwayne the Rock Johnson's dad was just Dwayne the Rock Johnson with hair and a mustache. That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But
Yeah.
like it
Well,
happened, and then 10 seconds later, I was like, "Oh, that's what that was."
it took you that long.
That was pretty funny, especially because it was like kind of a dramatic scene, and he was getting killed. But that was funny,
Yeah.
and yeah, but did I mean, yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably the strongest aspect of it is the comedic aspect. It's definitely
Yeah. I
not
mean, like,
the
you can't really be serious with this.
yeah. I mean, I mean, you can try. You've seen how movies can be serious when they shouldn't
Well,
be.
yeah. But it wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't
Yeah,
make sense for this.
yeah. But
So good on the people that wrote it.
oh
Well,
yeah,
good job. You did your job as
you
well.
didn't take your job too seriously, which is good. But one thing I did not like was the fact that, I kind of got into this earlier, but this movie doesn't really embrace the fact that it's a video game at all. Like, it does it like twice in the beginning, and then that's it. Like,
Mm.
I feel like that's just like kind of a missed opportunity. We're probably gonna get that. Did you see the trailer for Free Guy? That
Yes.
Ryan, I mean, I feel like that's gonna be a better one. But this movie doesn't really embrace that at all. Like, you forget that they're in a video game because everybody just
Yeah.
acts like normal people. It's
Yeah. Like, I
just
mean, except for like the certain times where it's
yeah,
like, well, this guy's like super strong, or she's really talented at acrobatics or whatever, you know? And
yeah,
then it's like, oh yeah, they're characters.
yeah. It just I don't feel like the people who made this movie ever really played a video game before, or like if they did, they didn't really enjoy it at all. So I guess that's a problem. But if you don't like video games, you probably won't find it to be a. Did you find that to be a problem before I brought it up, or did I just ruin the whole movie for you?
No, I noticed that. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't really out there. It wasn't blatant. Like, this is a video game. Remember?
Yeah,
Except for its
it doesn't really
section.
take advantage of the concept, I guess.
Yeah.
But this movie also it was 2 hours long. But it felt really fast for me actually. Despite the fact that I think I liked it less than you, it felt quick. Like it was a I was surprised when the ending happened because it didn't feel like it was going for that long. Was that just me? Because I know you're sensitive to like long movies, so I feel like you have more insight on this.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you could. I at least I could tell that it was going on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, it wasn't. There wasn't like a dull moment. So
Yeah.
it did was able to progress, well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for me, it
yeah.
was like, wait a second, this is the ending? There's only been 2 scenes so far. What the fuck? I so thought that there was gonna be like a gotcha, and there would be like another fight scene, like what they did in Hobbs and Shaw. but that didn't happen.
Hmm.
Luckily for you, you got saved. But yeah, I mean, so I guess that's a good thing. It's been a long time since I saw a movie that felt like a lot faster than it actually was. Probably since The Last Jedi. I remember that movie went really quick for me for some reason, but I didn't like
This was
that one either.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either. But
Did
this,
anyone really like that movie?
the critics did. Do you see the Rotten Tomatoes score? It's like 90 something. Holy shit!
How?
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know because
They need to get checked.
yeah, we need to. I think we just need to do some critic genocide. Just clean slate, clean slate.
Yeah. Mhm.
Also,
Definitely.
Disney probably threatened to kill their families too, so there's that. But
True.
but back to Jumanji. We can talk
Yeah.
about
Anyway.
Star Wars next week. Already got my
Yeah.
ticket, but
Wow.
yep, IMAX baby. Oh boy, can't wait to be disappointed. But you know, back to Jumanji. Fuck, I was gonna. I've been running my mouth a lot. Is there anything you got to say about this?
Um. I mean, not really. Like, yeah, like like it was. I don't know. Like, I don't know. There wasn't really much
Yeah,
really going on
it.
that would be terrible. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was terrible. I was just kind of bored by it. I mean, I liked the bridge scene, and I liked the final scene, and those were the two scenes that I liked in the
Hmm.
entire movie. Nothing
Yeah.
else. But it's not unbearable. Like
No.
I wasn't like. I mean, maybe if they added that extra scene, like the ending was just a fake ending, I would have been like, okay, this is terrible. But it doesn't overstay its welcome,
Right.
despite the fact I didn't particularly like it. But yeah. Also, I feel like this is a big CG movie. There's a lot of budget behind it, but I didn't feel like the story had like a big like scale or like any weight to it. Like it kind of felt. Maybe this goes in with the fact that I felt like it was really quick, but it kind of felt insignificant to me, like the plot of the movie. I don't know why. It's just like the the guy says the fate of Jumanji is in your hands, and it's like, okay, what the fuck do I care if a bunch of NPCs die, and then they have to save their friend who did something stupid to get in there in the first place, and I don't know, just I never felt like the characters were in any danger. Maybe that's the problem, or that there was any like stakes to the movie, which
Yeah. It definitely wasn't um intense or
yeah, even when it really tried to
yeah.
be intense, it was like, okay, really obvious what was gonna
Yeah.
happen. But yeah,
And
what are you gonna do?
like we know that like none of them are gonna die.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So it's like from the beginning, it's we're not really gonna be invested, and it's not suspenseful because we know these characters, these people have to get out to end the movie,
yeah.
and it won't be impactful when they
Yeah.
get out.
Maybe it's the fact that it's a comedy. Like it,
Mhm.
maybe that's probably why I couldn't get invested into it, because it just didn't take itself seriously. I know you said it's a good thing that it didn't take itself seriously, and I agree. But maybe it should have like done like a bit more to make it more tense or add some stakes to it.
If
Cause
there was a different goal, it would have
yeah,
been better.
yeah. Like again, I get that it's a video game and the goal is supposed to be stupid. But if you're not gonna embrace the fact that it's a video game, you might as well have a more interesting plot. But yeah. Also, the character development in this movie was very like very strange. They only developed characters in like these certain scenes and it never like carried out throughout the movie. Like it would be a scene and two characters are talking and that's their development, and then you forget about it, and then two more characters are talking, that's their development, and then you forget about it. Like
I feel like the old guys
Mm-hmm.
were the characters that really got developed. Like the other ones
Yeah.
were like, oh, we miss each other, and it's kind of disappointing that we don't see each other as much. And like that wasn't really important. It was like the main focus of the movie was more on the two old guys.
Yeah. And I guess that makes sense because the main characters probably had plenty of development in the first one that we just missed out on.
Yeah,
But it's more like even the old guys, obviously they're the most developed characters. I definitely agree with that. But even them, it didn't feel like their development kind of really mattered to the overall plot. I mean, most of their development happened in the end of the movie, so that probably didn't help. But you know what? When it was, maybe this is just an inherent problem with action movies, and maybe it's just my problem. But I just felt like when there was some over the top action sequence happening, all character development kind of got thrown to the wind, and I just didn't care about the characters anymore. And even if there was any tension or threat, I really didn't care if the characters lived or died during those scenes, because
wow.
yeah, well, they're not real people. I'm not a
Yeah,
bad person, but I'm just saying that the development was so like segmented. Like,
yeah,
okay, this is the character development. Forget about that. This is the action scene. Look at The Rock do these crazy things, and
yeah.
oh, this is the character development again. You have to care again, and it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, it's like the writers just like, yo, I got like so many ideas for these action scenes. Let's like all piece them together somehow. And you're
Yeah,
like, dope. But it's like, oh wait, we have new characters that we have to deal with. It's like, ah, dang.
yeah,
Let's piece the action scenes together with little bits of dialogue between the characters. Yo, yeah, let's do that. Woo,
yeah.
movie.
It doesn't spend enough time for it to be worthwhile, but it does spend
Yeah,
time, meaning they just wasted time on it. They should have went all in one way or another. But yeah, what are you gonna do about that? I guess. Although some notes on the acting though, I actually enjoyed the acting in this movie, which
yeah,
surprised me. The Rock as an actor is usually very one note, but I liked him in this one. I thought
yeah.
he was good.
Like it's very, I don't know. It would be
Over the
like
top.
you have to have like certain mindset to realize like this movie isn't serious,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also like it is serious in a way. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you have to just play with that, and
Yeah.
then you know. So yeah, I definitely think each actor hit their hit their mark.
Yeah. Probably my favorite among them was I think her name is Anfiqua or something. I have to look that up. Like she was in Crazy Rich Asians. She was my favorite in that movie too. That movie fucking sucked though. But wait, how do I say her name?
I think it's like
Aniqua.
Aquafina.
Wait, what
Aquafina.
is that her name?
Yes.
Wait, she was in Crazy Rich Asians, right? Yeah. Um, she was again. I didn't like that movie, but she was my favorite person in that one too. Yeah, Aquafina. Isn't that like water? That's a water brand. Um,
Uh,
but anyway, is that her real name? It doesn't show her last name.
yes, I think so.
No, she's Nora. Her name is Nora Lum.
But like, yeah,
Okay, so anyway, Aquafina. Um, you know, she's actually very good. I like her in this movie, and I like her in most of the movies she does, which I think, yeah, she's just good. I guess I like. It's hard to explain, I guess, but she was entertaining, and I think that she played a better Danny DeVito than The Rock. No shade to The Rock. The Rock did fine, but
yeah,
she's a better actor than The Rock. You know, but yeah,
um,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry, pal. But yeah, I just like her in everything she does, and not surprisingly, she's good in this. So yeah, good for her, Aquafina. if that's how you say your name, probably not. But she was good. Should we get into spoiler talks? Is there anything else we gotta
Sure.
say?
Nah, let's go.
Or what do you have to say about the ending of this movie? Because I don't know what I'm
Um,
gonna say.
really like the only problem I had with this movie was that the horse grew wings, and um, why did just why it was such like what's it called when like the
Ex
thing?
Machina.
Yes, I'm like, come on, like really the horse, really.
Well,
Where has any magical part happened during this whole movie? Like I thought, like what I thought the setting was like desert, like but kind of like I don't know, like in like it's early, it's like an early time period,
uh
and
huh.
there was it's like normal animals. They got ostriches and like camels and whatever, and it was just normal. Everything was normal. It was just towns and everything. But now it's like, oh, the horse has wings.
Wow.
It's like, what? It's like, no. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense.
but let's just simmer down for a second. Didn't you find it touching when Danny Glover horse said, "I'm 70 years old and I finally learned how to fly"? Wasn't that just like,
Yeah, it was
oh?
touching. It was cute, but why? It doesn't make sense for the horse to have wings.
Well,
This isn't Game of Thrones.
it's a Pegasus.
Yeah, but there were no other like magical creatures. Yeah, there was like like huge snake in the beginning, but that doesn't, like snakes can get big.
You're really taking offense
Horses,
to this.
horses can't get wings.
I know. They sure can't.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I wasn't really bothered by that, I guess.
It bothered me
I can tell. Wow.
because because I'm like, okay, cool. Everything was like practical for the most part. Like
Yeah.
even if they had like superhuman strength or whatever, but it was like like that was a normal thing. Like that would be understandable.
Uh-huh.
But it's not. It doesn't make sense for the horse to have wings.
Okay.
The cop out for the ending. It was like, oh no, we wrote ourselves into a corner. How are we gonna get out of this? Horse on wings. It's like no, no, no. Come up with something better or something.
Yeah.
Like didn't like Kevin Hart's character had like climbing stuff or like like he always had something in the bag that could be used. Like I don't know, like have him pull out something in the bag and be like, wow, look at that, we can like save the day with this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess also a problem I had. Well, I guess I'll just go with the ending. The biggest problem I had with the ending was the obvious sequel bait at the end. Like within like 2 seconds of the credits, I don't know if you caught this, but there was a, I guess, quote unquote after. It was a mid credit
Yeah.
scene where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was dumb. That was sequel baity. I don't like when
Yeah.
movies sequel bait.
Nah. It
Like,
sucks. It's like, come on. You don't even know. You don't even know if you're gonna get greenlit on this.
yeah, it probably will. I mean, the first one made almost $1 billion. It made like a stupid amount of money, and that came out a week before Star Wars too. So, this will probably get a sequel, but I don't think it needs one at all.
No.
But the first one probably didn't need one either. My problem with this movie, my kind of a pet peeve, was the water that changed characters. Like, what the fuck was that? That was stupid.
Yeah.
That's not how. No. Why would you? No. No. No.
Like what I took from that was they were kind of like checkpoints, but without like saving. You
Yeah,
know?
I get maybe, but it's just like and then they all jump into the water at the same time, and then they just all turn into the characters they want to turn into for some reason. And it's just like, oh, like, why? Why, why does the water change? No, not in any video game do you touch water and, like, fuck. I mean, this is my Pegasus moment. That bothered me a lot because that was stupid. That and why was the Jumanji berry? Why was that like 100 pounds? That never that never came back. That never made
It was
sense.
heavy. It was just heavy.
Why?
She had to fall in the water somehow.
I guess so. But yeah.
You know, without the water, they could have had more character development.
Oh yeah.
But we're just not going to do that. We're not going to deal with character development. 'Cause who needs that?
Yeah. I mean, again, these people never played a video game before. They could have just had like, oh look, here's a checkpoint. We can change our character. Like, nope. They just touched the water, and then the stupid guy refrigerator, he fucking puts his feet in the dangerous looking water, and it's like, oh man, that was real smart of you. I definitely wouldn't have just stayed out of the water and helped her up. I don't know. It just it just seemed dumb to me. That was the ex machina to me. Stupid. Let's think. Um, anything else?
And what about that? Like, why were there? Why did it like come outside into the real world? Like, why? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, that was dumb. That was a dumb idea. Again, it was sequel bait.
Yeah.
It was very overly sequel baity. But, yeah, because reasons, plot. But another problem I had that I probably should have gone to before, but this is maybe because I haven't seen the first one. Actually, definitely because I haven't seen the first one. But this movie doesn't really take advantage of the powers of the characters too much. Besides the most simplistic stuff, like Kevin Hart, like he had a backpack, like an infinite backpack that can have whatever he wants in it. That could be funny, but it wasn't funny. It just wasn't. They used it once
And it
throughout the
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't used.
yeah, like they had all these things and they were totally underused. But again, maybe if you saw the first one, maybe they kind of maxed that out. But who knows? Who knows? Um. Oh, I guess. What did you think? This was interesting to me. What did you think of Jack Black's performance?
Um, he definitely played two characters on people.
I felt like out of all the characters, Jack Black was the one who like slipped up the most, like kind of fell out of the character. Like in the first scene when they first start in Jumanji, he's doing like the stereotypical, like black accent, and then he just kind of loses it, and then
Yeah.
when he turns into a girl, he does the stereotypical, bitch accent, and then he kind of just loses it, you know, like The Rock, he never lost his. Kevin Hart never lost his. The girl, she was just a girl. And Aquafina, she never lost hers. I feel like Jack Black was the weak link.
Hmm.
He slipped too much, but
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well.
It's like, I mean, in most of his movies, he's usually just playing Jack Black. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. He's
It's like,
he's a one
what?
note character.
He actually has to be a character this time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh well. I guess they had to hire him back for this one, no matter how bad he was in the first one or how bad he was gonna be in this one. Because what are you gonna do? Just replace Jack Black?
Yeah.
It's not gonna let that happen. No, sorry. Anything
Mm-mm.
else you gotta say?
Um, I thought, I don't know, I thought like even like the movie set it up well enough that you didn't have to watch the first movie to understand what was going on in this
Hmm.
one. Like you saw um like how like oh it's a video game like but the video game's busted and that's like how it works and then
Yeah.
it's like you got shocked and then it's like people are like uh-oh we're friends so we have to go find them, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I thought they did that well enough where it was like all right if you didn't see the first one here's enough background where it's like not overbearing
Hmm.
but it's also just enough that it's like okay here's the gist, you know. And I thought that did it pretty well because usually um in sequels either like they're overly expositive, I mean if that's a word, but where it's like just annoying to like yeah we know already it's like all right it's cool or like there's just nothing like it doesn't even relate to like the first movie. And I thought this movie did a pretty nice job of blending enough information and enough new information to make the movie.
Yeah, I agree with that, but at the I understood what was going on, but at the same time I feel like if you haven't seen the first movie, you are going you're going to have the same problems we had, like the main characters being underused. Something I didn't get to, I thought the relationship between the main guy, I guess whatever, quote unquote main guy, and the main girl, that was underdeveloped. Um, and just the main three, the main four, just in general, were underdeveloped. And
Yeah,
maybe if we saw the first one, we wouldn't have had those problems.
yeah, like I'm definitely not saying like oh this is like the best sequel ever,
Yeah,
you know, like everything gets like more work done on them because like you out like for this sequel you probably do have to watch the first one to get like the full scope of everything,
hmm,
but it also wasn't terrible as a
yeah,
sequel.
yeah. I just don't. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna end up recommending this movie overall, but let's just say for the sake of argument, I do. Um, I would probably recommend this movie a bit less to people who haven't seen the first one, because
Oh
I
yeah,
just
definitely.
yeah, because I mean, and with a lot of sequels, I feel like they don't have the same problems this one has. Like with most sequels, I feel like they're more standalone than this one. Again, I understood everything. I wasn't lost. I just felt like there was I just desired more that I think might have been
Yeah,
in the first one. It's not really even a problem with the movie. It's my fault I didn't see the first one. It's a sequel. This isn't counting against it. But
yeah,
just throwing that out there, I guess, for everybody who hasn't seen the first one, who's thinking of this one, I recommend it a little less. If I were to recommend it, which I'm not going to. But anything else before we get into our famous number ratings?
um no I think I'm good.
Okay, well, I already blew my load, so I guess I'll just finish off the job. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10. Uh, it was funny, but it was just like not entertaining enough overall. Uh, so yeah, you already heard pretty much my final thoughts. But what
Mm.
did you think?
um so I thought it was entertaining, like I chuckled a couple times
Mm-hmm.
or and like it was like oh yeah Jack Black's really doing a character, and I'm like, oh, that's like kind of funny because it's like he's being really over the top. I mean, like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really fit, but it's still like entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like the whole thing was kind of just entertaining, and I'm like I had a good time watching it. I mean, it's not the best,
Yeah.
but it wasn't terrible. So I mean, yeah, I had a nice time. So I'll give it like a. Mm, maybe like a 6.5.
Good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well.
But like, so yeah, that's like in recommendation zone. But
Yeah.
like, it's like just there. But definitely see the first one before seeing this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I would recommend seeing the first one too. Uh, Speaking of series, is it? I forget. Is there something coming out next weekend? It must be like a small indie movie. what could be coming out next weekend? Uh, do you remember?
I don't know. What is coming out next
It,
weekend?
it must be. I don't know. I thought I saw a trailer for it. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
it's Star Wars. What is it fucking called? Oh yeah, Rise of the Skywalker. You know, just a little indie
Oh,
movie coming out in some theaters. Um,
sounds good.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll get to our theater. You know, it's
Hmm.
probably gonna take a while for it to get to a wide release. But you
Right,
know,
right.
if it comes,
But also like Star Wars, isn't that
yeah,
kind of silly? That's kind of silly
that's
though.
like, why would stars fight? Like seriously.
Yeah, like that's like dumb. That's like totally stupid.
Yeah,
You know what?
that's
I
dumb.
don't even want to see this movie.
No, fuck Star Wars. Okay, we also have cats.
Oh my God, cat, bro. I'm so ready for this movie. I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna bring my own barf bag.
Yeah, I'm seeing that eventually. And I think that might be it. I don't know if Spies in Disguise is coming out yet. Um, you've heard of that, right?
mm, yes,
It's the
but
pigeon
I
movie.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out Christmas Day,
Oh,
so I
oh
probably won't see it till after. But
boy,
oh boy, can't wait for
can't
all of
wait
these
for
quality
an
movies.
another Will Smith movie.
Oh, we love those Will Smith movies.
Will Smith movie.
Oh man, but yep. So stay tuned for next weekend, I guess.
Hmm.
Goodbye.
See ya.